What's up, people? Wait, see if we get anybody on here real quick. Um, because I got a challenge for all of you. What's going on, Brian? What's up, Justin? How you doing, buddy? You're probably not gonna like everything I got to say, but I'll say it nonetheless. I'm gonna give it here for a minute. Uh, Need to get you on again, Justin, one of these days. I've got my system figured out pretty well, so I think it'd be kind of fun to have you on, and we could talk about some spiritual stuff. And I know right now a lot of people are really in need of, some both emotional support and some other stuff, but yeah, we need to hook up one of these days. What's going on, Dean Wheeler? All right, Justin, sounds good. How's my volume out there? Everybody hear me clearly? Been kind of playing around with some stuff. Thumbs up, loves, or whatever. I don't care. Hearts. If you can hear me clearly and it's loud enough, I've been kind of trying to play around with the volume a touch. Anyway, I got a challenge for you all. I'm going to let this build up a little bit. I know it's a little late. It's probably, it's 9:45 my time almost. So, back east, it's real late. On the California time, it's, 9:30, 9:45, something like that. So, or 10:45. Tommy, I plan on shooting you straight. I don't beat around the bush. Sometimes I say some stuff that I probably shouldn't say, but and this may be one of those times. So I seen that with Congress and everything passing all the bills that they passed, or passing the stimulus bill that they passed. I don't think it's acceptable. I think it's they did what they did. They held it up for like 2 or 3 votes. And I think it's it goes to show you that Congress in Washington doesn't really give two shits about us, and I think it's time that we all kind of come together as American people, we the people. I mean, it says it right there on the on all the big documents and everything. What's the one that we all like to talk about, the Constitution. So, and the Declaration of Independence, I mean, it all talks about freedom. It talks about, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, and so forth and so on. And I'm going to exercise my First Amendment here and issue a challenge. And, for those of you who have sensitive ears, please cover them up or tune out. I don't care. I think that right now, the American people need to really push how they distrust our government, especially in Congress, and just show them how displeased we are and how that they acted. So I'm going to issue the Fuck Congress challenge. And now I know that some of you may not want to do that, and that's fine. I completely agree. You call it something else. I don't care what you call it, but that's what I'm going to call it. Because you know what? At the end of the day, we have got to use our voices. Right now, I know that there are probably half the country or more is stuck at home on basically either still working or unemployed. And so here's what I want everyone to do. Make a quick 3-minute video. It's a piece of cake. It's not hard to do, and I know that there are a lot of people out there that don't think that they can do it. They're scared to do it. They're scared that people will see, a different side of them. But you know what? I think that, if you look at writing letters and you look at all the other stuff that we've tried with petition drives and everything else, it doesn't make any difference. They don't see us. They don't care. Now, if you do a video and your face is out there and you're saying things in your own words, then you become human. I mean, you become larger than life. Martin Luther King said it best when he said, don't judge a person by the color of their character, but by the character. Or I totally screwed that up. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Don't judge a person's judge a person by the content of their character, not the color of their skin, or the other way around. Anyway, right now the character of Congress is a complete joke. All that they care about, and we've known this for very, 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 very many years, is just filling their pockets. They gave more money in this stimulus bill to the big businesses out there. And yes, I know that they still have to survive and all this other stuff. Well, you know what? They ain't going to survive without us. They can't survive without the money that's in our pocket. And, you know, the best way that they could have supported big business was to help the American people out more than what they did. Now, what they're doing is they gave us just a little taste. Okay. They gave us like what, $1,200 a person or something like that. So they gave us just a little taste. It's like going to a drug dealer, right? And you know, you're hooked on something, and they want to give you a taste so that they get you hooked a little deeper and a little deeper and a little deeper, and then sooner or later you're going to keep coming back, and sooner or later, you know, the whole country is going to be socialist. And that's exactly what Bernie Sanders wants. And the fact that it took him longer to vote on things, I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised he wasn't the first one voting. I can say this, Lisa Murkowski was another one that waited to vote till really late, and this is for the Alaskans out there. She waited till really late, and she had Dianne Feinstein up her ass the whole time waiting to see how she was going to vote. So I need people to share this video. I don't care if people want to come and talk to me about this. I don't really care. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just using my First Amendment right to basically say fuck Congress. And I mean that. And I mean fuck all of Congress. Not just Pelosi, not just Schumer or anybody else. I mean, fuck them all. I mean, the Democrats voted unanimously to turn away the first couple drafts of this. And they kept us waiting like another 3 or 4 days or a week. So, you know what? Fuck them. And that's the way I look at things. Fuck them. I mean, they gave us just a little taste of what they could have given us to help bail us out. Instead, they bail out the big companies and big corporations. You know what? I hardly ever use an airplane. You know, I could care less if they gave, you know, the airlines money. You know what? Whatever. The airlines are going to recoup their money as soon as we all start going back to work. They're going to start getting their money back. Yeah, I know that, you know, that I've got friends that work in the airline industry. I got friends that pack the planes and stuff like that. But you know what? Those people they've been bailed out. I don't know how many times. The auto industry's been bailed out how many times. The banks, they've been bailed out. I don't know how many times. You know what? I think it's time that the American people get bailed out for a change. And again, they had a chance to do that with this, and they completely just, it was like a monkey fucking a football. I mean, it was a complete joke. So, you know what? Fuck Congress. I really mean that. Fuck Washington in general. You know, I kind of want to go into the whole, you know, arresting and queue things and all this other stuff, but I'm going to hold my breath on that for a little bit. You know, one thing I've seen, and this is just as to be more funny than anything else, I seen Kathy Griffin supposedly has the coronavirus, and she's laying in a hospital bed, and she's trying to get, you know, she's trying to, I don't wish ill will on anybody, but I'm going to tell you right now, the pictures that she's been posting is a kind of a joke. You know, she's hurting, and she's, you know, really sad, and she's not feeling good and everything else. Meanwhile, she's supposed to have the coronavirus, and she's laying in a hospital bed. Meanwhile, all the breathing apparatuses and everything around her are hanging on the wall, and she's got makeup on. I mean, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Karma's a bitch, I guess. You know, I don't know if this virus is real or not. I know that there's some people that have been diagnosed with it that I can't imagine them being, you know, faking it or anything like that. But, you know, what I'm kind of curious about, and we're not hearing any of this stuff, is, you know, what about the false positives? We're not hearing anything about false positives anywhere. You know, how many people are actually testing positive for it, and they're not coming down with anything? So now that doesn't mean that they can't spread it. So, you know, that's one thing. But, you know, this whole video was originally meant for, you know, us telling Congress off. And here's the thing, like I said, if everybody you know, even if a small percentage of the United States of the Americans here were to go on and basically tell Congress to fuck themselves, then at least they're seeing our faces. They're yeah, false negatives, exactly, Joshua. You know, the thing is moms and past need. Yeah, absolutely, Valerie, I agree. But here's the thing. Okay, so if half the country or whatever goes on and does the same thing that happened with the walkaway movement, right? That was huge. That was in the news. I mean, they couldn't deny that. You want to see how fast things change. You have to enact the change. You have to be the change, and you have to go on and actually have them see your face. Unfortunately, you know, not everybody is comfortable doing it like that, but I don't have any problem doing it. I've been on here long enough to know that, you know, we are allowed certain things that we can say. And you know what? I'm using my First Amendment right to go on and basically say fuck Congress. And I mean that. I think that what they said was completely unacceptable. I think what they've done is completely unacceptable. I think them trying to blame somebody, a single person, for the reaction of this is completely unacceptable. I think it's extremely important that they hear from the American public. You know, right now the only people that they're talking to is going to be the reporters and all this other crap, and you know, they're not hearing from us because, you know what, we're all at home. We're not there, you know, in their faces. We're not there, you know, threatening them or anything like that. And this isn't meant to be a threat. I don't want it to be that way. I just want to make sure that they understand that the American public are sick and tired of the complete runaround horseshit system that we have. You know that there's more than one justice system. How many times have people in Congress completely done the wrong damn thing, knowing it's illegal, and they're still sitting in Congress? So, you know, I think it's time that the American people just say fuck it and say fuck Congress. I'll be the first one to start it right now. You know what? I'm sick of Congress. Fuck you guys. You guys don't do right by the American people anymore. Or I'm not even sure they've ever done right by the American people as far as I've been alive. So, you know, I actually had a teacher tonight. I'm not going to name her name, but I had a teacher tonight that taught me in, Luke, I agree 100%, brother. I agree, Justin, and not all of Congress. I'm not saying that every single member of Congress is bad, but in general, if you look at the percentage of them, most of them are. Justin, I agree. Ted Cruz went to work. I don't always like that guy either, but he did try and do right by the American people. You know, I think that right there shows that there are some in there, but you know what? We still have a lot of people in there that need to, I don't know what the best word that I could use without getting in trouble. But they definitely don't need to be gracing the halls of Congress anymore. That's for sure. Anyway, so here's my challenge. Like I said, you don't have to use the same words I used, but you need to go on and you need to, if you can do me a favor though, and if you have to, you do a video, if you want to do a video, you can blank out the FUCK, but ... after the F. And please post it as the fuck Congress challenge, because it needs to be said. It needs to be, we've got so many people that are home that are struggling right now. And you know what? I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of sitting there watching with bated breath if they're going to help us or not. And you know what? I think it needs to be said. And you can make a video as long as you want, but just make a video. I don't care what it is. Get out there, get seen, get heard. It doesn't matter. If you have to be doing it at work, do it at work. Just don't get caught. Just literally, you know what? If they hear from us, if they see us, if we blow up Facebook, if we blow up YouTube, if we blow up, you know, all the other social media platforms with videos saying "fuck you, Congress," that will get them the message. I guarantee you, it will. You know, the petition drives and all this other kind of stuff. And I know we've all signed them. We've all done all that kind of stuff. It literally makes no difference. You know, who's to say that stuff's going to get where it's got to go and that they don't just throw it in the trash in the long run? You know, state and local stuff, that may be a little different because you got a little bit, you're more involved with it. But in the long run, when the stuff goes to Washington, you don't know what happens to it after it leaves our hands. So, you know what? I'm going to issue that challenge, and I dare anyone to say it. That's my dare, and that's about all I got tonight. It comes to a point whenever the people have to stand up. If we don't stand up, if we're not like Hong Kong, those people stood up. If we're not like the Yellow Jackets, those people stood up over in the UK. If we're not like other people, I mean, here's the thing, folks, and this is what gets me going, is the fact that those people, the Yellow Jackets and the people in Hong Kong, those people look up to us, and we're just letting them railroad us into the freaking ground. You know what? Those people, yes, I agree 100%, Justin. Guess what? We're going to end up paying taxes back on this shit. I guarantee you are 100% right. Justin says this stimulus package screwed our children's children and set us up for the massive inflation starting the next few months. 100% agree. And that's why I say fuck Congress. You know what? They knew what they were doing. They know exactly what they're doing every time they get in there. And you know what? And here's the thing. They pass this, whatever's been added, and you know that there's a bunch of crap added that the media is not covering. Unless you see that, what is it, 404-page bill or whatever the hell it is that they wrote, it's huge. You know what? They had to have had this sitting somewhere, or they had to have 1,000 writers writing this stupid thing up. There's stuff in there that we don't know about. I guarantee you that there's stuff in there we don't know about. We're going to find out in 3 months. You know, it's like Pelosi says, we got to pass the bill before we can read the bill. So, you know what? They're going to pass it, and then a month down the road, we're going to finally get a look at it, and we're going to be like, what the fuck happened? And you know what? The only people that are to blame on this is Congress and us, because we let them do it. So, with that said, folks, please share the video, get it out there. Make sure people do it. Stay on people. Ask them to do it at least once. If not once, do it 10 times. I don't care. This is the Fuck Congress Challenge. Please make it happen. Make me proud. I love you all. And let's see if we can't get this country started back on the right track. This is a good start for us. It's a good chance for us to start and make a difference. We're all at home. We're all not doing a whole lot of stuff. This would be a perfect example of things that we can do that will be proactive and tell Washington how we feel. I'll catch y'all later. I love y'all, and peace out from Alaska.